the phone.
Did you break it? Did you break it?
Whoa.
Podcast is live.
Hey,
Chaos magic.
I'm getting dizzy. We need to get the building to stop shaking.
We need to really acknowledge here that Casey, I don't know if you caught this on that Wednesday live, Travis Nye, the magician, tuned in and was like, I'm an illusionist. Casey, who are you? It was awesome.
That was
like,
good.
Casey does magic too. But you guys, tonight we learned Casey the Illusionist also knows chaos magic, such as he's going to magically appear here in a second. I wish that we could like awkwardly stop it and put it back in and make it an obvious edit.
Like, bing,
bing. Oh my gosh. But here we are, double camered up, and a lovely Saturday night. First of all, thank you to our customers for a very fast-paced week. Holy smokes. It's good to see everybody out and about despite the weather that we've been encountering as a community here. So thank you guys for just being in good spirits and for bringing us up too. It's been a lot of fun just, getting to connect with people, seeing people's excitement about products that they didn't maybe get to see around the holidays and stuff. So yeah. Tonight, Saturday Night Spoilers, it's your boy Johnny 5, and joined by co-host and truly the brainchild behind this whole thing, Trevor 2.0, who also does our in-cap recaps. So check our Facebook page on that. There's a lot of cool information there. And Casey the Illusionist, master of the box breaks for sports cards and all things awesome. So we got the trilogy up in here tonight, and we are going to be getting. We got a like. We are getting magical tonight, you guys. So 3 viewers. Let's see.
We have got 3 viewers. This is like the greatest turnout ever. We thank you for joining us.
I'm proud of the enrollment tonight. Thank you guys. But tonight we're reviewing a book that is freaking. What?
Whoa!
Did you just throw up a gang sign? Did I?
What did you just do?
I thought I just did that.
Those are gang signs.
Whoa.
I've seen gangs do this.
Whoa.
Look, this is like the 10-fingered gang.
Hold on, I want to show this comment though because it makes me happy. Did I just throw a gang sign, John? And the answer is I don't think I did. And
It's like the 10-fingered gang.
Yeah. Is
10
it?
fingers of death.
I don't know.
Okay, now we're gonna have the 5-fingered gang coming try killing us.
Lock the door. Already did.
Oh, it's locked.
Nobody can escape.
Fort Knox.
Nobody can escape.
I'm
sorry, customers. I'm just kidding.
Whoa. Wait, what?
It's all good, man. I'm still shopping.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, tonight we're reviewing a book. I've been really excited about this since I saw the ads for it a couple of months ago. So I will turn it over to. I'll pick on Casey. What book are we reading?
We are reading Scarlet Witch.
So wait, Casey gets to show all the covers now?
No, I'm just having him announce it. You can show the covers.
All right.
Trevor is awesome.
You are never announcing a book again.
Never.
You suck.
That was terrible.
You're done.
It's over.
We're done.
All right.
He's done. We're not done. We're still gonna be here. He's done.
Yeah.
Anyways, on with these.
That was awesome. Oh no. Oh.
Yes.
So no more chaos magic. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's fantastic. All right. This is how we're gonna be. Oh wow.
It's moment time.
Oh my gosh. This is wow.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Even though there's no microphone there and they can't hear a word he's saying.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
A silent contributor.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, we have some other covers we wanted to highlight though, because there was a lot of cool things, I guess, with the artwork and just kind of some of the fun things.
So the one I dropped, the A cover.
Casey's got the A cover over there, and that's a beautiful, beautiful cover.
Yeah.
I would have had that cover, except for I got the blank variant cover, which was not red, scarlet in color. And there were none left. We sold out of those ones. I got lucky and I got mine. And I got mine the next day. So it was like the last one. But we've got a window shade variant. I got to get used to this new camera here now.
Yeah, isn't it weird? It's going to turn purple at some point too.
I got to get used to this, guys. But I got a window shade variant.
The other camera's pointing at me.
Yeah. And then we'll just be like,
I've got the Adam Hughes variant. That's a pretty cool one. It's got like a retro design to it. That's a neat one. We have got the beautiful Scarlet Witch variant. Last one we've got.
I love that one. Yeah.
This one was a nice one. This would have been another top pick for me.
Yeah.
Last one we've got. We've got a couple of these ones. Again, another beautiful one. If it didn't boast that price tag, I would have picked her up. But she has a $25 variant cover.
Yep.
So come get her while we still have it.
I do have to say, I was actually quite disappointed in the fact that there was no Momoko cover.
Agreed.
That's true. This one did not have a Momo. She just had a cover though with her recently. I don't. Strange Academy? No.
Mm-mm.
Avengers?
No.
No. Okay, I'm lost.
But no, you're absolutely right.
There was a Momo Scarlet Witch.
Maybe that's why.
She did one for a board game for a RPG, didn't she?
Yep.
Yep.
I actually have that.
Go figure.
That's awesome.
That was pretty awesome. That was a nice one. If I played RPGs.
Shout out to Peach Momoko.
Yep, she's pretty awesome. If we could get you in here, that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up that cover while you guys are talking.
Well, I mean, okay. Anyways,
Hey, it's Scarlet Witch, so we're talking about her.
okay.
That's true. It
That's
does
fair.
fall within
That's
the
fair.
Scarlet Witch parameters of
Right.
Scarlet Witch.
Good work, Casey. Doing the detective work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep it moving here.
Here's the Momoko RPG.
Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking of too for the print. Yep,
Yeah.
that's cool.
But there's one other one I thought that you did. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know everything. I just know most things because I know everything.
All right. Well, with that, I need a book here because I need to paraphrase, and this is my favorite part.
That's right. Johnny's.
Yep. I claimed dibs on the storytelling tonight because I was just so excited about this book, but I'm going to probably do the worst job paraphrasing this, so it's going to be glorious. All right. So first of all, you guys, Scarlet Witch as a solo series, there are a couple of iterations out there. The last one had fabulous black, red, and white covers on there. And the whole series, I just covet them. I want them all. So when I saw this was coming out, it just made me so excited. There's also what I think it was her first solo series, which was a 4-issue thing. And that was around the time of Midnight Suns in the 90s. So this is just really fun to see her get a modern take. We just saw her kind of dominate Multiverse of Madness. It truly wasn't a Doctor Strange movie. It was totally Wanda stealing the show. So I'm excited to see, where this book takes us. So this was the first thing I read when I got home. So page 1, we are basically getting introduced to Wanda. So she's doing her magic. She's out there saving the world, saving a cruise ship and fighting a monster. And it's just kind of fun seeing her do her thing. I will say artistically, it's really interesting following the aura that she's leaving behind kind of thing, because her powers can really be whatever she wants them to be. And that's an intriguing thing to think about, but also kind of crazy. But fast forwarding here, she has opened an Emporium place, and we get exposed to, and this is a spoiler, Saturday Night Spoiler, baby. So if you haven't read this, stop now. But one of the main draws to this book is the first comic book appearance of MCU's character Darcy.
This is the first appearance of Darcy. No way.
Yeah.
I figured she had roots in like some sort of Thor book. She's in Thor.
Nope. So
That's cool.
This is her bringing her into the pages. So there's a lot of excitement about that, and getting to see her in the comics is cool. Plus, I think she's just a neat character from the shows and the movies that she was in. So this is a lot of fun watching the dialogue between the two. So there's conversation going on, and on the next page, who zooms in? But of course, it's your boy Pietro, Quicksilver. So nice to see him rocking that 90s light blue again. And there's been a little bit of back and forth with like the Inhumans with his marriage there. So he's been kind of off and on. Haven't seen him in the X-Men Krakoa situation or anything. So for me, I was excited to check in with him. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm totally off camera. Are you over there the whole night? Did you abandon us? Are you mad at us?
I guess I can come up.
I'm totally kidding. I'm just asking for the camera more than anything.
Yeah, we were just curious.
Yeah.
If you want to stay over
Are you
there, that's
mad?
fine.
Yeah, do what you need to. Anyways,
Probably better for me to pay attention to what page you're on.
Very good.
This side.
so with that, Quicksilver
There's
Whoosh.
is looking a little slimmer than normal, but I mean he is a fast runner, which is fine. Always showing off with his powers, and so when he goes and gets food right away, it doesn't surprise me at all. The dialogue between Darcy, Wanda, and Quicksilver is fantastic. I'm not going to spoil that, but one thing that I did like is on the next page we meet the last door, and this part was really interesting because her magic is so in-depth that she's able to, and I'll quote this part, it finds those at their lowest, those with nowhere to turn, and brings them here so that she can help them. And I thought that was really cool. I liked Pietro's response to that, and this is that sibling rivalry of you nailed together some railroad ties and gave them a conscience. Shall I clap? Should I be impressed, Wanda, with all the stuff that you've done? So just kind of that wit. But sure enough, she gets a customer. And this is a customer that's speaking in Italian. as the page indicates, and she's able to understand through magical means. So this just goes to show how rich and powerful of a character Wanda is. And I also noticed that the credits didn't start until that page. So it's like a really neat introduction kind of thing, like a show on paper, essentially. Fast forwarding, we learn about the customer's backstory and kind of what's going on. Not going to get too far into that, but it's really fun to see Wanda's more warmer side. And so she's welcoming the customer, she's handing her tea, and sit down, tell me your problems, let me know, how I can help. And it's free of charge, as the page says. Next page. On here, she basically proceeds to bring up a character called the Corruptor. Now, I am a huge sucker for continuity, and there is history to this character that I don't know. So I don't know if you've met her. Well, because later on, when they have their exchanges and stuff, it's like he knows her. Yeah. And so I'm just like, huh. So anyone out there that's familiar with the Corruptor, throw your wisdom in the comments. I'm sure I have a lot of the old, like the Scarlet Witch stuff I have at home, the old stuff, I just haven't read it yet. But I'm really curious to learn more about that. But anyways, the Corruptor has basically taken over her town. Sound familiar? Plot point?
I'm going to do a quick Google search on the Corruptor to see where his first appearance was.
And yeah, the whole town answers to the Corruptor. So right away, this made me think of WandaVision, which is just true irony about the notion of a town being taken over. But the Corruptor is so corrupt that there's a panel where he's standing on two men while two other men hold up a microphone for him to address the town, and everyone else is okay with it except for this lady that went to Wanda for help. How is she immune to that? Because she has a cool pendant around her neck, and we'll get into that.
Shall we hear a quick brief history on the Corruptor?
Yeah.
The Corruptor is a fictional character, a supervillain appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. He has fought Thor and Nova. His sweat glands release a chemical that overrides the social inhibition center of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Created by Marv Wolfman and Sal Buscema, his first appearance was Nova 4 in December of 1976.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? That makes me happy, and that's one thing that Marvel does really well is they bring back characters and just it's such a big universe with all these characters that you don't think of, and it's really neat. So it's like the Purple Man, but not. He's actually blue. So anyways, the pendant is referred to as the Worry Stone. So the customer proceeds to kind of fill her in on that, and Wanda is admittedly intrigued about the Worry Stone because her magic basically radiates all around it but not on it. She can't connect with it, and so that's kind of a worry for her, but also an intriguing mechanic. Fast forwarding, Wanda essentially is like, well, I'm going to go through the door and clean this up for you. And it's a situation where the locals are all being corrupted, saying, hey, you're not welcome here. What are you doing? Why are you shaking things up? And of course, she's able to hold her own and connects with the Corruptor. And I feel like he knows her just because of that panel on the top right. What could possibly bring the Scarlet Witch to this humble village? So it just tells me that there's history there. And then her reply is just your poison talents. Boom. So I definitely appreciate that. Next page. Customer comes back through the door, and this is the weird part for me, is that he seemed like he knew about her having that relic around her neck and didn't care versus maybe handling it. I don't know. So he kind of brought Wanda upon himself in a way, plus taking over a town. But this was interesting. The other mechanic that I thought was odd was she had, and we can chop this up, but she was like, she told her spouse, hey, look at my Worry Stone, and suddenly her spouse was liberated from the effects of the Corruptor. But if she could do that now, why couldn't she do that then to save her sooner?
Well, she didn't talk about the Worry Stone. She said, look into my eyes, like that's going to bring her back.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
just holding the Worry Stone. They polished it now.
Yeah. Oh, so
Pietro polished up the Worry Stone.
It was dull
so now it can radiate further.
Gotcha.
Out. Yep.
Cool. So yeah, I just was like, huh. The next page, full page spread of to test me with a big whoosh, kind of thing. So just that magical excitement that makes me think of the last episode of WandaVision, fireworks. And he gets a little sketchy on the next page where he wants to dig into her past and kind of calls her on her business, which I thought was a really intriguing angle. So again, I don't know a lot of history of Scarlet Witch outside of like the Vision story and the Wanda and Vision arc from the Avengers back in the day. So this was really kind of fun. The bottom panel has "Did I mumble, woman?" And then forces her to remember all of these moments that probably were kind of psyche shattering for her. But it was kind of interesting to see her vulnerable for a second because she's such a mighty character. It's what we're used to seeing. The customer and her spouse are still connecting. She's getting saved there. And further dialogue with the corruptor leading to an exchange of her turning him to stone, which I thought was hilarious. I won't forget, I know who I am, and it's not who you think. So she's basically saying, I know who I am, and you don't know everything that I've been through. And I thought that there was a line in here that I really liked. It did say you wouldn't have to kneel. Enjoy the spell. I cast it, but it can only be broken by the ones you hurt, which is the people of this town. So she literally turned him into a statue and was like, okay, I'm washing my hands of this one, and you guys will kind of make it your own. She gives full credit to the customer for saving the town. Everybody's like, oh, okay. And it was just really kind of cool to see her, because this was opposite of what we saw in WandaVision, where people weren't like throwing stuff at her and chasing her out of town, or they weren't angry with her. Instead, it was more of an appreciation. I liked the call out about apologies for my Italian. I did learn it from a demon, so it's acknowledging her history, and that's some of the literature that I'm excited to dig into coming up. And other than that, we just go back to the shop with Darcy, flip the close sign, and the ending. Do we spoil it? Because this rocked my face so hard. Do we spoil it? I'll put it up to you guys.
Well, we have to. It's the
Saturday
whole point
night
of
spoilers.
Saturday Night Spoilers.
Yeah.
Are we going to?
You've been hiding the book that we're supposed to be spoiling.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So they're talking, they're closing up shop, recapping what happened. And all of a sudden, there is a very familiar comic book bubble. And she goes, Wanda Maximoff ? And Wanda's like, dinner's going to have to wait. And Darcy said, I'll bite. Who is this strange girl calling your name? Final page. We get to meet Vision. And I am so excited about this because Vivian and her whole family, it's such a rich concept and cool characters. I am really excited to see what's next. So that is, she basically says, you could say she's my daughter, which is fair. The romance of Vision and Wanda is a complicated one. And Vivian's just such a cool character. So it rocked my face off. I was already going to ride or die with this series anyways, and this just makes it that much more awesome. The final thing I will call out is I love a good layout for next issues, for credits, and everything else. And this was really sharp when there's an invite on the last page before the back cover. Please join us for the grand opening of the Emporium, celebrating the opening of Wanda's new store. And I thought that was really sharp too. It just looked baller. So
and it was really cool that it said January 4th, which was Wednesday.
Release date.
So
that is,
and I like how next to it is where it says next what lurks in an android's nightmares, which is kind of interesting. It gives you a what's going to happen next kind of thing. So,
well, I'm gonna give it over to the boys here. I gave my 2 cents. I find that I always do that when I do the story. I'm always like opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's normally how it is with me. I try to reserve as much opinion as I can. I try to give it black and white.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to say what's on your mind when you're reading it. So, you want to give your opinion first or mine?
You can go first.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I give my reviews based on cover to cover. Everything in it, from the writing to the art to just how the cover looks. This time, I did pick up the scarlet colored blank cover. The A cover was pretty awesome, though. That would have been my next pick. Then there's a DNA one, but I think that might have been a retailer exclusive, so we didn't get it.
I did see that online.
And I had asked Amanda if we could hold it, and she said that we didn't get one. So it was probably
That's a bummer.
a shop exclusive, which is a bummer because I do like his art.
Yep.
But you actually explained this first page to me, which is awesome.
Oh.
'Cause I had no idea what she was doing here until you go that she's building, and I noticed, okay, it's explained later on she's building the Emporium on the first page. So that's kind of cool. The giant, I think it was what was it? First hydrofauna, fauna being plants. Is this a plant monster?
Like
That's
a
what-
water plant monster or something. Is it? And is this like Atlantean then? The gentleman? Or I'm not sure.
I don't know that he's Atlantean. He is Sicilian. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Something maybe new that they'll probably not reference again.
Opportunity to clarify that in the writing would be feedback then.
Yep. I don't know. It's something that they just throw into a book and expect us all to know. Like, oh, you guys read comic books, right? It's a #1 issue. You'll know what we're talking about. Because that makes sense. But
Well, the Sicilian is the big monster thing because he wrangled it.
Okay.
Hence why he's riding it and all that. So
Okay, I thought
that's why you're saying it there. Anyway, go ahead.
Seeing Darcy was cool. Didn't know that was the first appearance, so that's pretty cool. Seeing Quicksilver was cool in his blue and white uniform.
X Factor, baby.
And I actually did give him a voice when I was reading. I hear voices in my head, and he had his own voice and has his own personality, so that was cool.
It's different from the 2 different voices he has now.
I'm just saying, everybody's got their own. And technically, it does have 2 voices, movie-wise.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I didn't think about the fact that her magic was translating the Italian for us. I just assumed that she automatically spoke English. It's like, what is that, English? Who are you? So I just assumed that suddenly she was speaking English. I didn't even think about the magic interpreting everything for each other.
I might be wrong, though, because later on she did call out, sorry for my Italian, so she might be fluent in it because she learned it from demons, but it also might be through magic. I have to read the old literature, but you're probably right.
We will give the credit where credit is due. Steve Orlando wrote the book with Sarah Pichelli as artist. Elisabetta Damasio was the inking assistant, and Matthew Wilson was the color artist. VC's Corey Pettit did the letters. Russell Dodderman did the A cover, which he normally does really good work. Russell Dodderman is known for drawing Thor when Jason Aaron wrote her, when Jane Foster picked up the hammer, and he did a fantastic job on that one. And again, with this cover, he does a good job at drawing. He's a great artist. I'd like to see him more in books. But Sarah Pichelli is also fun. I've read her work in the past in some Spider-Man stuff because she did that 5-issue run where it was Spider-Man was old and his son was picking up the mantle from a couple years back, and he was fighting the I don't remember what his name was. He was trying to bring somebody back from the dead, his wife or something. It's 5-issue run. Covers were cardstock for all of them, I think.
Huh. Okay.
I'll dig it out for you. It's a good read. It was a fun one. But no, the story was a pleasant story. The artwork was well done. Seeing a bad guy that I didn't recognize, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know he dated back that far too, to 76. So that was kind of cool.
We need to do more of that on these Google.
Do some Google searches, yeah. Shout out to Google. Seeing her past, I was looking at it a little bit closer.
No.
Somebody's dead. Her kids. They're beating somebody by a covered way again. So I'm curious as to some of these stories and what is going on there and how far back we'd have to go Avengers-wise to pick up on some of this. Because Marvel of late has been doing a lot of digging on their characters.
Yeah.
Something I haven't seen in the last few years of reading. Suddenly, let's dig out this random stuff that we've never seen before. Get some people digging. The story wrapped itself up nice. Her daughter coming through the door was a fun Easter egg to the next book.
Crazy.
Seeing Russell Dodderman's art page was pretty cool. So like I said, he does a great job. He's an amazing artist. And it felt a lot like Strange Academy on this final page.
Yeah.
Because they always have, menu or report
yeah.
cards. Yeah. School
I
dance
miss
coming,
that. Yeah.
So
I need to read that.
That's pretty cool.
The finals thing too still.
But all in all, it wasn't the best book I've ever read.
Sure.
You know me, I like action.
Yeah.
I like a good action-packed book.
Yeah.
I like to stay riveted to the book and what's going on.
Yeah.
Some good escapist literature, because that's what comic books are.
Yeah.
Get out of reality, get into fantasy.
Yeah.
And this is just her helping somebody.
Yeah.
Not the most exciting plot to come across.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was a bad plot. It's not something I'm going to add to my pull list and
Yeah.
read every week.
Unless there's an awesome cover. Okay.
I mean, Russell Dodderman's doing the covers. You know, he's great. I like his artwork. One thing I will note is it is interesting that Marvel's pulling out a lot of these girl characters of late, because you got Doctor Strange's wife is now the Sorceress.
Yep.
Sorceress Supreme. You got Scarlet Witch has her own series now. She-Hulk has jumped into the spotlight with another series.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool seeing this flip side of the universe.
Yeah.
And I have enjoyed She-Hulk. I need to catch up on Strange. I've got an issue here, issue there. I need to
that's what I need
buy
to
up on the run and just binge through it.
Yeah.
But from what I did read, I enjoyed it.
We should tackle one of those sometime on Saturday too.
Do what?
Strange.
Do Strange?
Yeah, just for the fun of it.
That's an older one, but I could put it on our end cap on Thursday and do it as like a highlight for Saturday spoiler.
I meant to like review like a new one sometime down the road. Depending on how long it runs.
Grab a random issue instead of a number one. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, though, my review on the book, cover to cover, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
Laughed, we cried.
There. I mean, I didn't laugh or cry.
Oh, okay.
I was tired. I was falling asleep.
Oh, okay.
I had to read it.
Well, stop reading so late.
Can't help it. You guys keep me here late talking.
Whatever.
Yep.
That's also true.
It is true. It's these guys' fault I was up so late. But, well, I had to eat supper yet, too. And I ended up having a bowl of cereal for supper. It was great. It wasn't chicken nuggets, but it was still pretty good. I will give this book just a 3 out of indifference.
Okay.
I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
It's not something to write home about. I'm not going to buy the next issue. It's just kind of there. I'd recommend it as a starting point, though. If you want to jump into the series, you should jump in at number 1 and see where everything happened.
Yep.
And it's the first appearance, so it's pretty cool if you're a speculator. Like, will this book be worth something in the future? Will it not? First appearance of Darcy. So I'm just going to give it a neutral 3.
Yep.
No
That's
love,
not bad.
no hate. It's just kind of there.
And you tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you tried it.
And that's the point of this series is we're trying new things. Love it, hate it, we're trying it. Over to Casey.
The Illusionist.
Yes. So, I guess
What's that?
just for
He's in German now.
East, yes.
Look at me. So fancy.
The book I actually thought was really, really quite interesting. Yeah, it didn't have a lot of action in it, but to me, that doesn't really matter. Same thing when it comes to TV shows. So as long as it has an interesting story, it generally piques my interest. I do have to say this: just a lot of these panels did make you really think a lot. Specific ones to be, for example, like he had noticed when he was looking at the panel for the Think. It just made you think. Like if you looked really, really close, it makes you wonder. Like just because most of my knowledge for a lot of these characters is based off of the MCU, you then look at it. The dead person is that Pietro. Because you possibly see a little lightning on his leg, so that could be the death of Quicksilver from the MCU.
Yeah.
And then not exactly knowing the storyline right here, so you can't exactly with the wagons, you can't exactly say that's from the MCU, but it could be similar to something in there. I'm wondering, like, just based off of the movie that recently came out, is this her interaction with the Darkhold right here in this?
Possibly.
And I'm just wondering if this character right here next to Wanda, is that Cleo or is that a completely different character?
I was trying to figure that out because the armor was similar to Magic.
Just because when I saw Cleo in the MCU, she had that hand knife and sliced through reality.
That's interesting.
So, and then yes, the whole kids thing, and she's crying because she knows she's losing her kids because just based off of my knowledge of the MCU, she's losing her kids. So, and all that. So, it just really that panel specifically really just makes you think, how the comics and the TV shows all are coming together. And then other great things that just made me really think was just the whole building in the first panel as the best example of just really making what you think is it, because my mind just goes everywhere when it comes to just thinking about different things. It says Lock, Kill, New York, United States. It just makes you think, how far away, or is this anywhere near the Sanctorum.
Mhm.
Which is in New York City. I should look that up.
So basically, it makes you
If it's
wonder
even a
how
real place.
Lot Kill, New York.
Yeah.
Um,
Couple of Google Maps. We love you, Google. You help us with everything.
because since it's not New York City, New York, it's Lot Kill. Where's Lot Kill? Is Lot Kill a fictional city? Stuff like that.
Well, see, I'm hoping it's like a coastal city. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just saying,
And so-
that's my.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. More
But
you
give it
would
more
wonder if it's a
whimsy.
coastal city just because of the next panel being on the Pacific Ocean. But I know New York City, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, it just my mind just
No, you're good.
takes different things. And then, yeah, the first appearance of Darcy was really awesome. She actually has that similar look to Darcy from the MCU, but also it's distinguishedly different, as you can tell. Like in this panel, it doesn't look like Darcy, but in this panel over, and
It's not a real place.
damn.
Dang it.
So we don't know where it is in relation to the Sanctum Sanctorium.
We tried, you guys.
And
But
then
I guess we can't visit.
Well, I mean, the series isn't over yet. Maybe they'll call it out.
right.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like John said earlier about the whole taking over city, that was quite interesting to think about. It's like, since this possibly happened in previous life, is this just a thing that she knew how to handle because of that past experience of taking over a city? And then another thing that was just really, really interesting to think about was when she was coming home, she asked for the stone that the girl, but she talks about it, how it's her father's stone. And I'm just wondering why was there no like diving into who's her father?
Right.
Why
just
does
a
he have
fisherman.
this magical? Why does he have this magical stone?
Because if I remember right, he was just a fisherman or something, wasn't he?
Right, but did he get it from like a lover, or
Yeah.
that was her mother kind of thing, and that's why kind of thing, which makes you kind of wonder, since he's a fisherman, is her mother like a mermaid that had that stone so that way other mermaids can control him? Because in some iterations mermaids control people. So and so just all those but just to get back to the review part, because you could talk about different things that made you think all night.
Mermaids are from
but
Atlantis. So
just to keep Trevor
Namor
from
an
getting
Atlantean?
too tired,
Or
probably
as a
should.
mermaid?
Shout out to mermaids.
I'm serious thought. Mermaids are generally considered Atlantean.
Yeah.
So is Namor.
Yeah.
Right.
Is Namor a mermaid?
Merman.
Yes.
Don't place identity.
Is there that construct in
There's so many
mermaids
questions.
mermaids are in the DC universe because Superman fell in love with one
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
and ended up having to give her back to the sea.
But overall,
Superman.
getting back to my
Crazy
review, thank you, Trevor.
Is it bad that I like mermaids?
No.
Poor Casey.
I actually really loved the art. The story, as I said, was intriguing. As Trevor said, not a lot of action, but to me that doesn't bother me as long as the story is intriguing. I
Good.
hilariously
Chaos magic, Casey.
It's because you stopped talking about the mermaids. They're mad at us.
So Casey has this power, you guys, of
it's my chaos magic.
it's the chaos magic. I'm just happened to leave it there because it's kind of funny.
I want to go pick it up.
Should I?
You're kind of
I
stuck.
do. I kind of, I do stupid things and stuff.
I'll go get it.
It just means that we're now just going to have to glue that piece on.
Well, no, I was going to go put it on.
Oh, is it broke again?
It probably moved.
Oh, it did.
That's probably why.
That's a bummer.
So yeah, we'll have to just basically
Nice
glue
nose.
that on.
Yeah, it's like hanging on for dear life here. Anyways, keep going.
But yeah, so in totality, the overall I'd probably be in that 3.5 to 4 range.
Is it flipped Goofy again? That'd be so funny.
That would be hilarious.
Is it good?
Yes.
Completely. We're not upside down like the last time.
But I don't think we really have to worry about that because this is not a
Good.
Facebook Live. It's well, it is, but it isn't.
Okay. I just thought it was funny that the camera would flip right.
Like I said, 3.5 out of probably 3.5 to 4 out of 5, just because of the whole. It's not a perfect story, like Trevor said. I do agree with him on that one, but it was still intriguing enough to actually lean more towards that 4-ish range for me. And the artwork was just awesome. It did really actually, just comparing to the MCU, makes me wonder like what ethnicity that they're going with Wanda on this one, because her and Pietro are a little bit more like that darker skin, as you can tell, like as people could tell, like it's in there. When
Oh, you can't see nothing, anyways.
when Wanda's next to Darcy, Darcy's like pale white,
pale. Yeah.
and then you got Wanda, who's just
Darcy's
that
always
tan,
pale,
kind of like it. Kind of gives me that feel of Wonder Woman. You know,
Sure.
Has a little bit more of a tan because she's from
Themyscira.
Themyscira, yeah.
She's an Amazon.
Yes.
And Wanda and Pietro technically do have their origin of names as far as to being Latin American.
Right. But it on that whole thinking sense, it's kind of makes it like, because if you remember from since Marvel and Disney still are now technically owns Fox with the mutants, and you know how Wanda and Pietro are technically
no, they retconned all that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, with all of the comic stories, they're technically Magneto's children.
I still like to think of them that way, but when Marvel picked them up, they had to take them out of the mutant category.
Shout out to the Inhuman category.
Right.
That didn't.
But in a lot of sense, just with the whole thing, it just makes you think that because in the most recent X-Men movie, that they were on an island in the Mediterranean, or was it the Mediterranean, or was it in the tropics, south of Florida?
Which movie Cuba, are you talking? Oh, that's the
when they're on the island.
Yeah. That wasn't the newest one.
No. It was the newest one because what's her name? Why am I blanking on her name? Jean Grey is visiting Magneto on his island.
Oh.
When she's running away.
Oh, you're talking that. I thought you were talking First Class.
No, I was talking about,
because that was the island of Cuba. Yeah.
Oh. No, I was talking about Paradise. What does he call it?
But that was in like New York or something, wasn't it? It wasn't that far out.
No.
I'm rewatching that movie tomorrow.
We'll investigate.
It seems like it's a tropical island.
We'll table. Well, let's research.
We will do our research and come back to this.
Dark Phoenix. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a tropical island that they're on.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near New York.
Oh, that movie.
Miranda, we're watching Dark Phoenix tomorrow. I gotta know the answer to this one.
Shout out to Miranda.
But anyway.
You know she's watching. She always is.
And she watches all the way to the end.
Mm-hmm.
So she can see the sexy face.
That just went 0 to 100, and of course it's during Casey's review. So.
I told you guys he's a party animal.
For the record, Trevor and I are very well behaved and professional in these broadcasts, but
right.
He's like whoop whoop.
Yeah, Casey's over here.
Party Central over here.
Where's the roof? Mike Trout. I forgot about that. Okay. Anyways.
Did you see right at the end of your Wednesday thing? I commented Mike Trout right before it ended, so anybody watching gets that special mark. Mike Trout.
All right, so you said what? 3.4, 3.5 or 4?
3.5, leaning towards 4.
Leaning towards 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not a 4.
Okay.
It's definitely.
And you're a stalemate 3.
I'm a 3. I'm indifferent.
So I'm gonna cast my vote here. Also, for future segments, I would like a little gavel or something. Order in the court.
We can see what we can.
I want a gavel. Yes, there you go.
I was actually expecting it to have something in it.
No, I've been drinking on this all day.
All right, we have heard from is dais the correct word? The Congress, whatever. But I am passing final judgment on this book.
The what's a Marvel term? Who is the group of people
Acolytes.
in Loki who presided over everything, like the Grand Council or something?
The three.
The
ones that were robots.
Yeah, we're the.
That was such a letdown, by the way.
That was.
Anyways,
we're the robot
Grand Council. That's all right. So if I were to rank this book, I definitely am in alignment with Trevor and Casey on this. Was it completely reality shattering? Yes, technically it was because it's Scarlet Witch. But when you look at it in the mechanics of a story, what happened and everything, I am actually gonna have to tip the scale slightly in the favor, and I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but 3.75.
You had to be better than Casey.
Well,
that's the thing.
Because there were a lot of things that were tugging at my heartstrings as a fan of the magical side of the MCU as I get to know it more. So I appreciated those things, and Vivian Vision was just that cherry on top at the end where I'm just like, yes. So I'm excited for the series coming up. ultimately, I think all of us can agree. We recommend, if you guys are at all curious, to try it. And it is a solid, issue number 1, to give it a whirl, see how you feel about it. And these don't come around often, because I think this is volume 3. From
I mean, it's gonna probably say volume 1, like it always does. But
I'm just referring to like just the solo series in general of Scarlet Witch, and so we don't see these come around that much. So I highly recommend just checking it out.
It just says number 1. I don't think Marvel's actually
doing
volumes in a long time.
So I would say definitely give it a try, but so that's it. So overall, I think we did pretty well.
The council is the timekeepers.
The timekeepers.
We're definitely not timekeepers.
No.
We're the Grand Inquisitors.
Ooh.
That's a Star Wars deal. What are we inquisitizing?
The comic.
The comics, yeah.
There we go. We're inquisiting.
Well, we've done Star Wars, so we can technically
but
or we could just change it each time.
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll figure something out, guys. We're gonna put
It's gonna
this
be
up.
amazing.
What should our name be as a council? We want to hear from you. Think about it for the next week.
Also, we should totally make like a fun background too.
Yes.
That's it though.
With all our heads, like with glowing eyes.
Can I do that? Are you guys gonna be mad if I take your pictures? Can I do that?
I just don't like having my picture taken.
No. If I nab them from Facebook and Photoshop it, make our eyes
stencil
glow.
ones, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That could be cool.
Heck yes.
Ooh, I got those glasses in my car that do things to my eyes. You haven't seen them yet. I'm gonna surprise you with them.
Yes.
It'd be like,
whoa. Before we shut it down, from your guys' sides of the world, anything that you wanted to lift up?
Mr. Box Break.
Still working hard on getting those box breaks going. I'm going to be starting a football one here soon once baseball gets a little bit more in there. Me and Trevor now have to lay down the law on what day we're going to try and do our trade day so we can get some Pokemon and some sports stuff for people to come in, have fun, trade some cards, and do some box breaks for sports and Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have decided that I do want to do a Pokemon box break, but if it is not done by March, Juggernaut, our Pokemon YouTuber that we sponsor, so go check him out. He informed me that in March, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet base set drop.
Oh, cool.
So if we do not get around to doing a Pokemon box break before then, that will be our first box break. We will do it live that day. I'm going to do it opening day, which is a Friday, which sucks. Too bad HeroClix. Or I can set up elsewhere, but we're going to do it on the release day, I think. That's going to be a blast. I think people are going to love it.
Yeah.
On the comic book side of things, check out my end cap. It is beautiful for the entire month of January. New year, new reads, and I'm swapping out number 1s every week. Every Thursday, stop on in, and there will be new number 1s that afternoon when I get in. So Friday, Saturday, swing on by, pick up a new number 1, and try something new. A lot of them are going to look familiar because we've been reviewing a lot of books. I know right now I've got Invincible Iron Man number 1 up there. We did that one. I've got Midnight Suns number 1 up there, the second print. We did that one. And I've got...
Oh my gosh. Chaos Magic again. It's fine, though. Isn't it funny how it always goes that way?
Yeah.
It's kind of like...
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's fine.
We still got the main camera. We're good.
I got Deadpool 1 up there. We didn't review that one. I feel like there's one other one there that we did review, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyways.
What am I doing? Oh my gosh. There we go. Boom. Anyways.
So go check out the end cap and pick up a new number 1. There's going to be new stuff every week, so stop by every weekend and check that out. If you see something on the wall Wednesday mornings, Wednesday afternoons when you stop in, lift it up to us, and we could do it for a Saturday spoiler. We just pick these things out as number 1s, hoping that you're going to enjoy them. But let's ban it from the studio.
Oh no, I'm just kicking it so we don't have to listen to it. There you
go. Ban ourselves. No. But if you see something on the wall, it does not have to be a number 1. It could be Spider-Man. I don't even know what we're on now. X-Men. What did I just pick up the other day? 16, 17, 18?
Yeah.
It could be 19. That would be cool if we all went purple. Thanos.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Podcast Thanos. But if you see something on the wall, it doesn't have to be a number 1. But if you want to see us review it, lift it up to John, lift it up to Casey. They're in here Wednesdays, and they're going to set it aside, and we could do it.
Yeah.
So that, or I'm thinking I want to start doing a voting system too. So I'd like your thoughts on that, but post our 3 different picks from us, give it a like or whatever, and vote for your favorite. That way you guys get as much of a say as we do. Because this is for you guys, as much as it is for us.
And we just love hearing from you.
Yeah, we love hearing from you guys. We don't get very many comments.
Yeah.
This is the first comments we've had since we started the show.
Bro,
Other-
John gets the cake, and Miranda.
Other than Miranda did comment and Chad's commented in the past.
Yeah.
So give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
But we don't get those very often. So
Yeah.
shout out to JJ for those
Yeah,
comments.
yeah.
But with that, I think that's a close on my end.
Yes. So, on my side of the world, Matt, I'm totally cutting Casey. I am such a diva. We'll keep everybody in the shot here. Gosh. On my side of the world, though, a lot of comic book restock right now. So definitely check out the back stock. A lot of changes. So books are moving. We're making room and allowing the boxes to breathe better. So you'll notice some changes out there too when you're going through the back stock. The other thing I wanted to lift up, Trevor 2.0, in addition to the end cap, is also passionate about getting ready for not one but two conventions this year. And so just thinking of pertinent merchandise for those guests that we're announcing for Voices Against Cancer in July, as well as SuperCon at the end of September into October, both at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. So that's cool. And hopefully we'll have presents at both for tabling. I still need to get confirmation for registration on the Voices one. But definitely, if you have any questions about any of the guests that you're seeing announced, do we have X, Y, or Z? Check in with us. Early bird gets the worm. And we'll try to highlight those and kind of spotlight, just bringing attention to them. So that way we can help you with your supply needs for those shows. Make sure you get what you can get signed. So other than that, we're just rocking and rolling here, you guys. A lot of work is being done just behind the scenes for making things work and flow and feel good for out here. So shout out to these two. We have had a couple of crazy cool days, and productivity like through the roof. So with that, we appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight, and we'll look forward to next week. And who knows what book we're going to be doing. Yeah. So cool. That's all I got from my side of the world. All good?
You,
Casey, what are you doing? All right, I'll let Casey close it out.
I guess this is me signing off. Casey Illusionist, Trevor 2.0, and Johnny 5.
Mike Trout!
And Casey's like, and.